No, sir, you are wrong. Ibiyeomie, Jesus visited Lazarus.
If I tell something, it will baffle you. Jesus never visited any poor person in the house. He hates poverty, that's the meaning. He hates people who are poor.
Absence or lack of visits doesn't automatically equate to hatred. That it is not written verbatim that Jesus visited this poor man or that poor woman in the house doesn't necessarily mean he hates poor people. Jesus himself declared his manifesto in Luke chapter 4 verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. If you don't visit someone doesn't necessarily mean you hate that person. People have various reasons for not visiting, such as busy schedules, distance, personal issues, different priorities.
Check, if you visited Lazarus, they were not poor, they were giving food.
Ibiyeomie, Jesus visited Lazarus not because of food or wealth, but because of their friendship and Lazarus' faith. John chapter 11 verse 1 to 44 is clear about this, that Jesus loved Mary and Martha and their brother Lazarus, and their home was a place of hospitality and spiritual connection for Jesus. Jesus' visit was not primarily about Lazarus' wealth, but about their relationship and to demonstrate his power over death by raising Lazarus from the dead.
He visited a sinner called Zacchaeus, who was rich. Tell me one poor man Jesus entered his house.
Again, you miss the point. Jesus visited Zacchaeus despite his ill-gotten wealth, which was viewed unfavorably by others due to his role as tax collector. Jesus' visit was to show love and acceptance, offer salvation, bring transformation to him. Jesus saw beyond Zacchaeus' wealth and occupation, focusing on his spiritual needs. Sir, please read Luke chapter 19 verse 1 to 10 again.
He died for you not to be poor. So how can you now come into a church, have that kind of mentality? You can come poor, but you're not permitted to remain poor. Nothing wrong you coming to Christ as a poor man, but it's wrong for you to remain what? It is wrong.
Sir, there is nothing wrong to be poor. What is wrong is the attitudes and actions that cause or contribute to poverty, such as greed, laziness, and injustice. Let me remind you, sir, there's something called evangelical poverty. You're a pastor and you should know this. This type of poverty is biblical. Jesus practiced it and encouraged it when he says in Matthew chapter 8 verse 20, foxes have holes and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. And in Matthew 19 verse 21, Jesus encouraged it when he says to the rich young man, if you want to be perfect, go sell all your possessions and give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me. Evangelical poverty refers to a spiritual practice and lifestyle embraced by some Christians, especially monks, nuns, and members of religious orders. It involves voluntary simplicity, renunciation of material wealth, dependence on providence, and solidarity with the poor. Evangelical poverty aims to free oneself from attachment to material things, to focus on spiritual growth and service, to live a life of humility and detachment. It is not about poverty as a lack or necessity, but rather as a chosen way of life for spiritual purposes. In fact, this evangelical poverty is required of you, dear pastor. God bless you, sir.
Now, this is a mature way of responding, right? Very mature. You see, this is one thing I love about Catholic priests in general. You know, he was able to respond to every aspect of that video in details with scripture references respectfully. That's even the most, amazing part of it. He did it with respect. He kept saying, sir, this, that. That's the most amazing part of this video. And like I said earlier, of course, I've seen a lot of posts by some other Catholic priests. Some made just normal posts. Some were even aggressive and the rest. But I like the way this particular priest made his submission. And the funny thing is, this is the type of submission that whoever, if you are addressing the person, that person will actually listen to what you are saying, because of how you submitted it. Pastor David Ibiyeomie said something in his response video, and he said, those people are the people that actually hate me. And if you look at it, he believes that those people are people that actually hate him. So you see, in making correction, I always say that a good message can be lost via communication. A good message, beautiful message, can be lost via communication. What determines if a person will respond to you or will even listen to you is your method of communication. There are people that, in quote, are saying they are correcting, but what they're actually doing is trying to mock, make fun, laugh, and the rest. So mode of communication matters.